And then, so did everything else. Even though I didn't see Wolfgang fall over, I heard it. His body cracking against the pavement, and his knife falling into the water. I waited for the gasp of pain, for him to groan or mumble or say something, but there was nothing. There was just me and the silence.
Damn, if she's
That's
lying, then that was an exquisite
how it
story.
happened.
Yeah.
For fucking
what the-
real.
What the fuck?
That man attacked you?
Oh my goodness, Diana, I'm at a loss for words.
Oh no.
This is getting too much for me, bros. I think I'm gonna faint.
Holy shit. So Diana really did watch Wolfgang die.
Why was he so violent towards her? It's like he became an entirely different person.
The word you're looking for is crazy.
Yeah.
Oh,
good
2
ass
minutes
question.
to escape the boiler room after all
Oh,
that.
we reached 12 hours, everybody.
By picking the door's
Oh
lock.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
I wasn't even thinking. I just started feeling my way back to the door in the dark. And then, well, my supply bag. I remembered the spare hairpins I always kept inside. So I felt around the bag and dug one out. To be honest, I have no idea how I managed to unlock the door. The whole thing was repeated trial and error. Just minutes of me telling myself that somehow this next attempt will finally work.
Whoa! Actually unlocking the doors. That's like hitting a bullseye blindfolded.
Now we know why it took so long for her to escape.
I realized why it happened. Getting trapped inside, I mean. The door's lock was on the outside. So, someone must have set the lock before I came downstairs. So that when I closed the door, I'd be trapped.
The lock is normally on the inside too. The killer purposely flipped it, then left the door open so you would be the one to close it. As for why the killer locked the door to begin with,
It was to frame Diana, right?
right. The killer made Diana trap herself inside the boiler room so they could kill Wolfgang in front of her and force her to remain by his body. Had their plan worked, Diana would only be able to escape if someone from outside entered the boiler room. By which point, that someone would be stumbling across what looks like a cut-and-dry murder case.
If the tournament folk found Diana, they would have been playing right into the killer's hands.
Speaking of which... Diana, I'm curious to know, did you unlock the door before or after the tournament attendees arrived downstairs?
It sort of happened at the same time. Like, when I opened the door, there were already people walking down the stairs. Obviously, I couldn't stay inside the boiler room. If anyone saw me close to Wolfgang's body, it would look really bad. The hallway was a bit easier to make out in the dark, so I walked over to a wall bordering one of the storage closets and hid behind it, and stayed as quiet as possible. I was still bleeding a little from Wolfgang's cut, though, and some of that blood ended up dripping onto the floor around me.
It's the blood on the underground floor! It's all coming together!
This was shortly before us tournament goers split up. And you made a run for it, yeah?
Mm-hmm. Down the hallway, up the stairs, and then as quietly as possible into my room. Since everything was still really dark, I had to patch myself using the Tozu trinket's projection as my light. I realize this is a lot, and I know it's hard to believe without proof. So, if you guys could just give me a second. I cleared up the blood pretty fast. Luckily for me, the cut wasn't that deep. There's still a chance it may leave a scar, though.
Holy crap!
That's awful!
It's okay. I'll cover it back up again.
Why did Wolfgang attack you
God,
for
I
no
wanted
reason?
it to be her. I really do. I really wanted to still be her.
I wouldn't say it was for no reason.
Nah,
You're being
just
kind
think
of
about
insensitive,
it.
man.
Think about how amazing that would be. That would be the most elegant way to bullshit your way through a trial.
True.
And they pretty much all bought it. Everyone, including Damon. I don't know about Eva, though. Eva's kind of iffy because, like, what she buys and what she doesn't buy is kind of weird. But that would have been epic.
Huh? I didn't mean it like that. What I'm trying to say is, Wolfgang's actions may look random from an outsider's perspective, but from his perspective, well, judging by his behavior, it seems like he saw something which shook him to his core.
Like, there was something in the room that Diana didn't see?
That's impossible! It was only me and Wolfgang in the boiler room!
I don't believe Jean meant it in a literal sense.
Wolfgang literally saw something?
He thought he saw something, is my point.
You mean he had been hallucinating? What did Wolfgang hallucinate for him to turn out the way Diana described?
You'd be surprised by the sort of things our minds can invent. I'm lucky to have never experienced anything myself, but I know some who have hallucinated nasty things. Demons and monsters, or the feeling of being tortured. If Wolfgang went through something similar, I can see why he lashed out.
Now what the heck is going on at sea?
Of course,
Everything.
these hallucinations don't just happen out of the blue. More often than not, they're substance-induced.
Substance-induced?
Just say Wolfgang took a hallucinogenic.
Hallucinogenics?
One which induced a lot of fatigue, too, judging by the way he lumbered about in Diana's account.
It would explain why Wolfgang mostly stayed in one place.
One place, which happened to be in the water.
Seems very deliberate, aye. I reckon the killer knocked Wolfgang unconscious in order to drag him into the water, but knew he would eventually wake up again. So they drugged him with something which would basically make him despondent. As for where the drug came from...
Pharmacy, obviously.
Oh no! Don't tell me the killer robbed...
I knew exploring it was a bad idea.
It? What's this it we're talking about?
The pharmacy, obviously. Why the heck did we think leaving that place open was a good idea? Now someone's stolen an item and drugged Wolfgang. Fuck! I knew our promise was too good to be true! I can't trust any of you guys! And don't say Wolfgang drugged himself! Who wants to be tortured by demons?
Well, stranger people do exist.
You're right.
That's rich coming from you!
So in the pharmacy ended up paving the way for murder. And I love how Wolfgang was the one who was like, nah, we should leave it at that. it was.
All right, I'm gonna head out now.
All right.
All right, have a good rest of your night, Libby.
New timestamp is 12:10.
12:10. All right. See you guys later.
Talk to you tomorrow.
Nobody would have listened to me. So now it's taking control.
If we know where the perpetrator got their chemicals, I guess our next step is figuring out how they did the drugging.
Wait a minute.
Agreed.
Wait a minute.
It would help us better understand the timeline of events.
I just
and
thought of
potentially
something.
even validate Diana's testimony.
What'd you think of?
So, remember how Ingrid had a headache and she sent Toshiko to the pharmacy to get, like, medication?
Yeah.
I'm not saying Toshiko is the one who committed the crime. That quite literally makes no sense to me because I doubt that she would know how to do all that. But what if she brought back the wrong medicine and Ingrid realizes that and she ends up using it to kill Wolfgang? Interesting.
Sounds like you guys can leave this one to me. I'm the kind of person who knows someone back to front the moment I meet them. If you haven't already realized, I've gone and read this killer like an open book.
You're the last person I trust to reach a correct conclusion.
Damn, that's
If you hear what I
fucking
gotta say,
crazy.
You'll be eating those words.
Damn sure is.
All this hostility, man.
I bet the killer took a pill and forced Wolfgang to swallow it.
Just jab him at that point.
How would the killer
Wolfgang's neck
make him swallow a pill? There was no proof they were.
Here, I'll take a point
The
off.
killer knocked Wolfie out. Maybe that was their way of restraining him.
You can't force an unconscious person to swallow a pill.
What if it was a drug?
An inhalable substance?
Oh yeah, like a powder or something.
Wait,
The
yeah!
pharmacy does have a large collection.
I
of
literally
over-the-counter
forgot
sedatives.
about that. How did I
But
forget
there's
about
too many
that?
for us to isolate any specific one.
I bet the killer took a pill and forced Wolfgang to swallow.
Make him swallow a pill.
Okay, but if it's not this, then it's the other thing.
It's their way of restraining.
You can't force an unconscious person to swallow a pill.
What if it was a drug? You don't need to eat.
An inhalable substance?
Oh yeah, like
Yeah, I
a
missed-
powder or something.
The pharmacy does have a large collection of over-the-counter sedatives. But there's too many for us to isolate any specific one.
Alright, fine. Then we'll just go with this one first.
I bet the killer took a pill and forced Wolfgang to swallow it.
Just jab.
I got it.
When
Oh, wait.
Wolfgang's wounds were
Oh,
discussed
shit.
earlier,
I just remembered.
it was mentioned he
No.
had a tiny red dot below the bruise on his neck.
No wonder why it's so hot in here. I took the AC part of my out of my window.
Oh, why'd you do that?
Because it was getting too cold in here.
And now it's getting too hot?
Yeah. I know, the irony.
Exactly. I didn't even have to say it.
During the investigation, I thought this dot was a scab from a mole or pimple. But knowing Wolfgang was drugged, it's clear to see what it really is. A puncture wound.
Considering the timeline of events, an injection would check out. If Wolfgang got drugged a little after 8:15 a.m. and was already feeling the effects when Diana arrived at 8:45 a.m., then we're dealing with something which entered his bloodstream in under 30 minutes. Any normal pill would have taken, probably an hour to dissolve.
Whilst an injection would be much quicker. I see.
That's probably another reason why the killer knocked Wolfgang unconscious. It would have been incredibly difficult to inject him if he was still moving around. Only when they had him right where they wanted, dazed and unable to fight back, did they plunge the syringe into his neck.
With said syringe being filled with a hallucinogenic.
But if this all happened a few minutes after 8:15 a.m., doesn't that make it impossible to pin a suspect?
What? Why is it impossible?
Because everybody's got an alibi for that time.
Except Diana.
I mean,
Oh,
Demon and
no.
I were in my dorm room, and the other party people...
8:15 a.m. Yeah, I was already in the dining hall with Jet, Mark, and Eva.
I left Wolfgang's dorm right after the morning announcement and spent the rest of the hour with Jean.
When Nona and I were in our dorm room together.
And me and Eloise were already sitting down in the courtyard.
Toshiko was giving me the medication she grabbed from the pharmacy.
And, I stayed in my dorm room until 8:40 a.m.
Oh no. If everyone can be accounted for, we really can't discern a suspect.
So, we're back to square one?
Someone here must be lying.
And doesn't plan to stop.
Come on, Eva. I know that you wanna point it out. I know you know it. He really just
If
won't let this
everyone has
generator
an
go.
alibi for 8:15 a.m., is it possible the killer never actually attacked Wolfie at that time? But his little note said to come by at 8:15 a.m., didn't it?
Ingrid, do you remember what you said when we couldn't figure out who stole Desmond's taser?
To be honest, I'm drawing a blank.
Oh shit.
You suggested we switch subjects and discuss Wolfgang's injuries instead, which we did. As a result, we ended up unraveling more about the case than if we had stuck to the original topic. Right now, we're at a dead end. If we can't get any more leads out of this current discussion, then that's a sign to switch our focus.
Switch our focus to what?
I want to take another look at Diana's testimony.
Mine?
Back when you were describing Wolfgang's death, something stuck out to me.
Is it not gonna progress or?
The flash of white Diana described must have been the generator exploding, with the darkness afterwards being the blackout. Think about the order of events there. In just a few seconds, the boiler room's generator explodes, and Wolfgang falls over dead. Doesn't it sound like the two are correlated?
Oi, didn't we go over this already?
It's the first time I heard
We
Grace
did.
speak in like forever.
The generator has nothing to do with Wolfgang's death. Its wires weren't touching the water.
Indeed. Which is why the murder weapon is the taser gun.
Diana said she never used the taser, though.
Oh.
She's lying!
What? That's not true! I never fired the gun!
It's all good. I believe you. Sure, nobody can dispute the gun was fired. What can be disputed, though, is when it got fired.
Uh-oh.
I wouldn't be surprised if the killer fired that gun way in advance. Like, sometime before Wolfgang arrived downstairs and left it in the boiler room for us to find later.
What? So the taser gun isn't the murder weapon?
If Wolfgang wasn't killed with the taser gun or the generator, what other options are we left with?
The taser gun is the only option which makes sense. The murder weapon can't be anything else. And anyway, the only proof
Wait,
Diana
the
never
trinket!
shot the taser is her own word.
Ava! What do you mean?
Anyway, the only proof Diana never shot the taser is her own word.
All the evidence supporting your version of events is circumstantial. The note you showed us? That could be a fake alibi you made for yourself. The fact that it has the same handwriting as Wolfgang's is already suspicious.
Couldn't that just mean the same person tricked them?
If you earnestly believe Diana didn't write it, then maybe. But do you see what I'm saying? There's no proof Diana never wrote the notes. There's only her word to go by. Because if she did write them, everything about her entering the boiler room at 8:45 a.m. and being locked inside could be a total lie.
I get what you're saying. But if we run with the idea that Diana was the one waiting for Wolfgang all the way back at 8:15 a.m., then we're stuck with the issue we had last time. Why did Diana wait over an hour to kill him?
That's also circumstantial. None of us know what really went on between those two in an hour. Ruling someone out because they took a long time to murder is stupid.
Without context? Sure, I'd say the same. But since the boiler room is unlocked, anyone can enter. If Diana knocked Wolfgang out, then she took over an hour to kill him with that influence.
Okay, but who would enter?
That's a good-ass question.
No one wants to make a detour down some gross, freaky-looking basement. The boiler room is probably the most covert place a person can be.
Yes, you did. Yes,
Diana
you did.
claims she didn't write the notes, and she claims she didn't shoot the gun. But where's the hard proof she didn't do any of these things?
The answer lies in what destroyed the generator.
What?
Didn't we already talk about that?
All you guys did was discuss theories, never anything concrete. Settling for a theory isn't good enough when our lives are on the
Everybody
line.
else showed up in the call.
In the same way Ava can't rule out Diana's involvement in the case, we can't rule out the generators.
So,
You still there?
what should we do? Just throw out ideas?
Yeah, I'm just doing school shit. And kind of game.
It's what we've been doing this whole time.
Oakley dokley.
Oakley.
All right,
That's
everyone.
fucking
Let's
crazy.
put our thinking hats on. If we work together, we'll unravel this mystery for sure. Ready? On your marks, get set, go!
She gets the coolest moments, I swear. Wait.
Why did the generator blow up?
Could have just been an electrical fault.
So, a coincidence?
Is this the best situation? To be waving stuff off as a coincidence?
Did the killer throw something at the generator that made it explode?
Perhaps it's the fault of the taser gun? The electrical discharge it released might have connected with the generator and created an overabundance of energy, which caused everything in the circuit to pop.
Probably. There's no proof anything besides the taser was involved.
In that case, the generator blew up after Wolfie got shot with the taser.
Such a dastardly taser, leaving so many victims in its wake.
Why did the generator blow up?
Could have just been an electrical fault.
So, a coincidence?
Is this the best situation? To be waving stuff off as a coincidence?
Did the killer throw something at the generator that made it explode?
Perhaps it's the fault of the taser gun? The electrical discharge it released might have connected with the generator and created an overabundance of energy, which caused everything in the circuit to pop.
Probably. There's no proof anything
That's fair.
was involved. That's not.
Why did the generator blow up?
Could have just been an electrical fault.
So, a coincidence?
Is this the best situation? To be waving stuff off as a coincidence?
Did the killer throw something at the generator that made it explode?
Perhaps it's the fault of the taser gun? The electrical discharge. That doesn't say anything about the taser.
Why did the generator blow up?
Why did the generator?
Could have just been an electrical fault.
So, a coincidence?
Is this the best situation? To be waving stuff off as a coincidence?
Did the killer throw something at the generator?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That made it explode?
Perhaps it's the fault of the taser gun? The electrical discharge it released.
So it must be the shrapnel.
Why did the generator blow up?
Could have just been an electrical fault.
Might have connected with the generator, created an overabundance of energy, which caused everything in the circuit to pop.
Probably. There's no proof besides the taser.
No, that I had to really think about that one.
Unfortunately, Ava, I have to disagree. You say nothing but the taser could have been involved in the murder. But there's one possibility you didn't consider. The shrapnel in the water.
You mean those bits of red metal which were floating around?
Right. The ones that look like the aftermath of an explosion. Due to their proximity to the generator, it's safe to assume the two are connected.
Can't that just be debris left by the generator?
Except this debris is a completely different color and lacks the rust the generator has accumulated. We're obviously looking at the remnants of something else, which means an object we haven't yet identified was caught in the explosion.
Damn. So, there's still something else we need to figure out. The extension cord.
This is it.
In the water was also an extension cord, half of which had been burnt away.
Huh? Did the cord get caught in the explosion?
Seems that cord has the misfortune of floating around the wrong place at the wrong time.
From what I saw in my investigation, the building's extension cord supply seems to be kept inside Storage Closet D. So in a way, yeah, it was definitely in the wrong place.
Storage Closet D, huh? It was hard to make out much of it in the dark. And after the power came on, Kai came screaming for us to leave our closets. But I do recall seeing some extension cords peeking out from behind a shelf.
Since we already know the killer raided one storage closet, anyone else willing to bet they raided this one too?
The hell did they need an extension cord for?
Probably something involving the generator, given its proximity to the cord.
Same thing with the red bits, even though we don't know what they are.
Alright, the red shrapnel. Definitely isn't debris left by the generator, so what exactly is it? So nothing in the boiler room can be directly tied to the shrapnel. At least not any of the clues that have already been discussed in this trial. What am I thinking? Consider the clues we haven't discussed yet. There's no proof what I have in mind is related to the shrapnel, but what haven't we talked about? Talked about these. Thin piece of metal. The blast shields are outside. Suspicious note. Okay, we talked about that. Or maybe it's another rolling pin. But I can't even think of what this is. Tozu's magic grease. You know, they're probably gonna give me options. I'll just wait. I'll turn on towards the one and the mysterious shrapnel might be related to. Oh, so I have to look at the list anyway.
This is it.
Hold that thought. We may be able to identify the shrapnel using context clues.
Hell yeah.
During the investigation, there was a strange smell permeating the boiler room. It took me a moment to notice, but when I did, well, the best way to describe the scent would be if you mix cereal and alcohol together.
Cereal and alcohol?
Mm-hmm. 'Tis a sign a chemical reaction was at play.
Wait, you recognize the smell?
chemical reactions can produce some pretty pungent odors. Usually something to the tune of alcohol mixed with cereal, or fruits, or eggs. I noticed the smell going into the investigation, but it had completely slipped my mind until now.
Could it be a chemical reaction was caused by the taser?
The gun never touched the water. There's no reason for it to be the source of the smell.
And also, it wouldn't have mattered because the water's not coming
What
back.
about the generator?
Wait, no, actually, no.
Considering
No,
the
that
state of it, that generator would smell more burnt than anything else.
If the chemical reaction can't be explained by what we already know, like the generator or the taser gun, we need to consider the possibility that the explanation is the one piece of evidence still evading us, the shrapnel.
Can someone translate this into less complicated talk?
In other words, the turnabout.
It was just a long-winded way of saying he's using process of elimination.
I know it sounds like a stretch, but if you follow this line of reasoning, a lot more questions start getting answered. Think about it. If the smell and shrapnel are linked, then whatever object the shrapnel belongs to must contain chemicals.
So we're looking for a metal object, which is also packed with chemicals?
Surely something like that would be kept inside the pharmacy.
Fire extinguisher.
Looking at my notes... When we originally visited the pharmacy, I recorded everything I saw. A bright red metal object would have definitely caught my eye, but I don't see one written here.
I got lots of metallic objects in my dorm room, but nothing chemical. Just big old slabs of metal.
Big old sides of metal. Why does that sound so familiar? Hold on, that's right. Finger said just now, it's similar to what she said the night everyone began bunking together. Wait, what? This is actually in my room too. It's like all sorts of fancy tools and metals. Time people were talking about their dorm rooms being themed around their talents. Could be the shrapnel actually be the remnants. The unique device that guy boasted about having in his room. For sure. Huh? Don't you tell me it's who I think it is. Tell me I'm wrong. Please tell me I'm wrong.
It has to be.
Ain't no fucking way, bruh.
Jet, I need to ask you something.
What's up?
Can you tell me what's inside your dorm room?
Like a full-on list?
Whatever works.
Whatever works is crazy.
Sure thing. I got a pretty gnarly collection of parts and accessories. Blind spot mirrors, lithium batteries, wheels, spare brakes, you name it. Oh, I even have the legendary mantle from the 1984's Grand Prix winning Speedster.
That's what I was hoping to hear.
Cool. So, why'd you want to know? Unless... Wait, I'm not being suspected, am I? No, don't try to rope me into this, bro.
Wait, no, it can't be him because he was part of the crew who helped settle the gaming tournament.
The only reason I ask is because that mysterious red shrapnel may be the remnants of one of your lithium batteries.
What?
Oh, shit.
I see. A lithium battery might explain the smell in the air.
And lithium? That's an explosive substance. If it made contact with water, gosh, you'd be left with a mess and a half.
Wouldn't someone have heard an explosion, though?
I did.
Really?
During the game tournament.
During the tournament, right before we lost power.
Oi, that's right. That was a berm.
Wait! I remember hearing it too!
I initially assumed the generator made the noise somehow. But if Jet's car batteries contain an explosive substance...
Hey, Jet, were your batteries bright red at all?
Maybe?
You don't know for sure?
Oh my god.
I
Fucking
never took the
dumbass.
batteries out of their packaging. The packaging isn't red, I can tell you that, but the actual batteries? Yeah, I got nothing.
So it can't be proven beyond a reasonable doubt?
Pretty much.
Well, what's the reaction time of a lithium battery?
The reaction time?
Yeah, I'm confused on that too.
When a lithium battery hits the water, how long does it take to combust? I think, once we know that, we can decide whether or not the battery is relevant to the case.
A lithium battery would be an almost instantaneous reaction, I'm pretty sure.
Lithium isn't a metal I've worked with, but it got beat into my head never to mix it with substances it doesn't like. All that electricity, the battery would have let out when it hit the water. It must have went straight into poor Wolfie.
There's warning labels on the battery for a reason.
Okay. If the reaction is instantaneous, then the battery would have entered the water only seconds before the generator exploded. That's really weird.
Is it?
According to Diana's testimony, when the explosion happened, she was still holding the taser gun. In which case, who threw the battery into the water?
Huh?
Huh. Good point.
That's a very good ass
We
point.
can rule out Wolfgang, since the Blackens can only be a student who kills another student. And Diana.
It was only Diana and Wolfgang in the boiler room. So unless Diana herself was the one to throw the battery, then the battery can't play a part in the murder.
Damn, she really is evil.
I didn't throw the battery. I promise.
I'll admit that Diana throwing the battery is a possibility, but that's all it is, a possibility. There may still be another way for the battery. Holy shit, did someone throw it through the vent?
That's very fucking rough.
No, because, like, someone did the same thing in V3, where they rolled a shot put ball through the vent from a classroom on the upper floor.
If the battery is related to the case, only Diana could have thrown it in the water.
But my arm had been cut. Lifting a battery would hurt too much.
Neo batteries are pretty lightweight, though.
The battery clearly couldn't have fallen from somewhere. So it must have been submerged another way. Perhaps something akin to what Eva described?
If that battery is the murder weapon, why is there a taser gun?
Maybe it's a red herring.
Judging by the shrapnel, the battery would have landed in the water, a few inches from the generator.
Not the hardest shot to make.
The battery is related to the case. Only Diana could have thrown it in the water.
But my arm had been cut. Lifting a battery would hurt too much.
Neo batteries are pretty lightweight, though.
The battery clearly couldn't have fallen from somewhere. So it must have been submerged another way. Perhaps something akin to what Eva described?
If that battery is the murder weapon, why is there a taser gun?
Maybe it's a red herring.
Judging by the shrapnel, the battery would have landed in the water, a few inches from the generator.
Not the hardest shot to make.
I was going to say the battery was from like the shot to kill it.
battery is related to the case, only Diana could have thrown it in the water.
But my arm had been cut. Lifting a battery would hurt too much.
Neo batteries are pretty lightweight,
it
though.
might be extension.
The battery clearly couldn't have fallen. So it must have been some.
If the battery is related to the case, only Diana could have thrown it in the water.
But
Neo.
The battery couldn't have fallen.
What the hell is wrong with my hair?
No, it's not.
If the battery is related to the case, only Diana could have thrown it in the water.
But my arm had been cut. Lifting a battery would hurt too much.
Neo batteries are pretty lightweight, though.
The battery clearly couldn't have fallen from somewhere. So it must have been submerged another way. Perhaps something akin to what Eva described?
If that battery is the murder weapon, why is there a taser gun?
Maybe it's a red herring.
Judging by the shrapnel, the battery would have landed in the water a few inches from the generator. The evidence tells a different...
If the battery is related to the case, only Diana could have thrown it in the water.
But my arm had been cut. Lifting a battery would hurt too much.
Neo batteries are pretty lightweight, though.
The battery clearly couldn't have fallen from somewhere. So it must have been
you know, I
submerged
really
another
do
way.
think it's extension cord, but I don't know
Perhaps
where.
something akin to what Eva described?
Taser gun.
Shrapnel.
The battery would have landed
in the water.
a few inches from the generator. Not the hardest shot to make.
If the battery is related to the case, only Diana could have thrown it in the water.
My arm
Oh,
had been
I
cut.
sped it up. That's why.
Lifting a battery hurt too much.
Neo batteries.
The battery couldn't have fallen from
If the battery is related to the case, only Diana. Damon, Diana was the only other person in the. If the battery is related to the case, only Diana could
The
have thrown
only
it in the water.
person that you know
My arm had been
was there.
cut. Lifting a battery would hurt too much.
Neo batteries are pretty lightweight, though.
The battery clearly couldn't have fallen from somewhere. So it must have been submerged another way. Perhaps something akin to what Eva described?
If that battery is the murder weapon, why is there a taser gun?
Maybe it's a red herring.
Judging by the shrapnel, the battery would have landed in the water a few inches from the generator.
Not the hardest shot to make.
I don't know. I really don't.
If the battery is related to the case, only Diana could have thrown it in the water. Damon. If the battery is related to the
What? My arm had been cut. Lifting a battery would hurt too much.
Neo batteries are pretty lightweight, though.
The battery clearly couldn't have
fallen from somewhere.
What? No, that's wrong!
No. The battery might actually have fallen from the generator.
What makes you say that?
Yeah, what does
The
make you say
shrapnel's
that?
position in front of the generator suggests there's a correlation between the two. However, it's unlikely Diana threw the battery at the generator. Not only is the boiler room difficult to see in, the generator is positioned far enough from the concrete platform that Diana, with her wounded arm, would need to stand on the platform's edge to make the shot. Which would obviously put her
Desmond.
in danger of being attacked by Wolfgang again.
That has to be Desmond.
Yeah.
Because of
Wolfgang
his
was
ability,
really
you know, like,
close.
you know, his talent
could reach
of
over to
handling
me if
guns,
he
must be a
wanted.
great shot.
If the battery hadn't been thrown, the only other possibility is that it fell down into the water. And considering the layout of the boiler room, what else could the battery fall off of? Except the generator.
Are you saying the battery was sitting on top of the generator?
What if the killer they could position the battery so it was teetering over the generator, use a long instrument.
That long inch.
Okay, so, yeah, no, I was gonna be wrong.
I got it.
That's even more reason why I believe it's
May have been
Desmond.
suspended over the generator.
Holy shit, it might have been Desmond.
Suspended over.
Okay, so it's not that. Question again. Oh yeah.
This is it.
Because we still don't have an answer to that.
The killer could have tied the extension cord around the battery and slung the battery over the generator. If the cord and battery were tied together at the time of the generator's explosion, it would explain why half of the cord had been burned away.
The more you explain it, the more unbelievable it sounds.
What if that's the point? Maybe the killer chose a crazy method because no one would believe it.
I don't see how weaving a cord into the mix is any more beneficial than leaving it out. If anything, the cord adds extra weight.
Which would be especially inconvenient for Diana, because her arm was bleeding.
Right. It wouldn't benefit Diana to hold the cord. So, what if she didn't? Something else may have been supporting the cord instead.
Uh-oh.
Interesting.
Yeah, it wasn't me.
I got it.
Throughout this trial,
Okay.
we've assumed the killer held the battery in some form or another. If the battery was on its own, the killer tossed it in. If the battery was wrapped with a cord, the killer held the other end of the cord. But in the same way something else can hold the battery,
That makes sense.
can't something else also hold the cord?
Ugh. My head's starting to spin.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie to you.
Are
Confusing
you
the hell out
talking
of
about
me.
something which could keep the cord in place?
Am I looking?
This is it. The killer tied the cord to the vent.
What vent?
The one above the generator. It connects the boiler room and the dining hall.
There's a vent above the generator?
You should remember some light shining into the boiler room. That's where the vent is. The vent itself is set a bit far back into the wall. So you probably assumed the spot was a small window or something.
If the boiler room and the dining hall are separated by one vent, does this make the wallpaper thin, or?
There's two vents. The boiler room vent
Oh,
and the dining hall
why?
vent. Both are connected via a small ventilation shaft. I was able to get a close look at the boiler room vent after Ava and I woke up, which is why I know these details.
How close is close for someone under 6 foot?
God damn.
Ava helped me reach the vent.
By?
Letting me sit on her shoulders.
That's wild.
Quite the vision.
What? What did you say?
He sat on her shoulders.
Interesting.
Anyway, if the killer tied one end of the cord to the vent and the other end around the battery, they could suspend the battery over the generator.
Wait, but that means everyone
Something
in the
like
dining
that
hall is a
would result
suspect.
in an explosion.
What do you mean?
You say the killer tied one end of the cord to the vent and the other end to the battery. However, indoor extension cords are much longer than regular cords. They can be upwards of 9 or more meters in length, as opposed to the average cord's 2 meters. 9 meters is significantly longer than the distance between the vent and the boiler room floor. If the killer wanted to tie the battery to the cord's other end, they would be tying it to something which is already submerged in water.
I see. It is an impossible setup.
Unnecessarily. Killer can have greatly reduced the cord. Pulling on it, right? Or cutting the cord.
Come on.
Cut the cord using. And where exactly?
Could have been the storage.
Well,
Not even.
I didn't see pliers.
You believe the victims?
So this whole thing was a suicide?
That would have been cool.
Whoa. That would have been cool, yeah.
Wait. No, obviously.
I got it.
Because they would have noticed the cord around Wolfgang.
The extension cord is pretty thin and flimsy.
Yeah.
If the killer wanted the battery to be secure, they need to wrap a lot of cord around it. Probably to the point there wouldn't be much spare cord remaining. Which is a good thing, because this spare cord is what the battery will be suspended by. So long as the spare cord isn't too long, the battery will sit safely above the water.
Oh my god! It might have been
So
Mark.
much effort.
Agreed. How do you even submerge the battery
Okay,
into
so
the water under those circumstances?
Not this one. This. Come on. Pull it. Ah! Oh, there you go. Okay. So, storage closets. Mark and Jean entered the storage closet door. Okay, so we know that. And the the extension cord was found in closet B. And Mark was in charge of the music and everything, you know, making sure that it was all played loud and whatnot. And apparently no one was allowed to question it, no one was allowed to say anything. None of it. I don't know. Something about this just doesn't seem right to me. killer would need to utilize certain aspects of the boiler room. Probably the camera, right? Come on.
This is it.
Really? The vent again?
Like I mentioned earlier, I gave the vent a close look after originally waking up in the boiler room. Part of my inspection included opening the vent to get a better look at the other side.
The vent can be opened?
Not all the way, but far enough for the vent to cause a domino effect if then closed. In our case, a domino effect involving the extension cord tied to it. If we assume the vent must be open for the battery to remain a safe distance above the water, we end up with a pulley system. To prevent the battery from entering the water,
Hell
the
yeah.
vent is literally pulling the entire cord backwards. Ergo, it's not just the killer's own measurements keeping the battery in place, but the vent itself. Having opened one of these vents before, I can tell you how tough they are to move. A lightweight battery definitely isn't heavy enough to pull one shut. It takes an actual person to close one. Which is great for the killer, because it means they get to maintain full control over when the battery enters the water. If they close the vent, the cord should slide forward and submerge the battery into the water. When that happens, the boiler room water becomes electrified by the battery's components, which in turn causes electricity to pass directly into the body of Wolfgang, who is standing in the water.
Exactly which vent is the cord being tied to?
The boiler room vent.
Funny. Earlier, you said there's a small vent shaft connecting the boiler room vent to the dining hall vent. Assuming the killer is operating this trap from outside the boiler room, since we know there were only ever 2 people in that room, how would they even be able to reach the boiler room vent?
That's a good ass
Like
question.
you said, there's a separate vent in front of it.
She makes a lot of good points. It's in the ventilation shaft.
This could only mean one thing. The killer never tied the cord to the boiler room vent. They tied the cord to the dining hall vent.
That just creates the same problem as before, but reversed. Instead of the dining hall vent making it hard to close the boiler room vent, it's the boiler room vent making it hard to reach the dining hall vent.
While the vents may seem like an obstruction, especially since they can't be opened all the way, there's a very easy workaround.
What?
All the killer needs to do is fit the extension cord between the grates of the boiler room vent.
Oh yeah, the grates. You mentioned something about them earlier. Right, when you described opening the boiler room vent.
As hard as I could.
If you can fit your fingers between the grates, there's no damn way you can't fit a cord.
Exactly. After which, you could slide the cord through the ventilation shaft and out the opposite end for the killer to then go and tie to the...
Actually is crazy.
Hello?
What is it now?
There's something I still don't understand about your theory. It's to do with the logistics of the cord.
The logistics?
Its size.
Discussing this again? Never mind, I'll find a way to combat his argument, just like I've done countless times already.
I understand the boiler room vent can be opened. Maybe not all the way, but enough to fit an extension cord through. What's bothering me, however, is that the boiler room vent was closed during the investigation, which means it must have been closed during the murder. I understand the boiler room vent can be opened, maybe not all the way, but enough to fit an extension cord through. What's bothering me, however, is that the boiler room vent was closed during the investigation. My notes say it was closed. I understand the boiler room vent can be opened, maybe not all the way, but enough to fit an extension cord through. What's bothering me, however, is that the boiler room vent was closed during the investigation, which means it must have been closed during the murder. There were no opportunities for the killer to enter the boiler room and close the vent. From my understanding, you and Kai entered the boiler room after you heard Diana leave, which, hypothetically, gives the killer only minutes to close the vent. Assuming the killer is a third party.
Third party?
I understand the boiler room vent can be opened, maybe not all the way, but enough to fit an extension cord through. What's bothering me, however, is that the boiler room vent was closed during the investigation.
Damn it. Okay, let's try this again.
I understand the boiler room vent can be opened, maybe not all the way, but enough to fit an extension cord through. What's bothering me, however, is that the boiler room vent was closed during the investigation, which means it must have been closed during the murder. There were no, from my which, assuming... I understand the boiler room vent can be opened, maybe not all the way, but enough to fit an extension cord through. What's bothering me, however, is that the boiler room vent was closed during the investigation, which means it must have been closed during the murder. There, from my which, assuming...
No, actually, hold on.
I understand the boiler room vent can be opened, maybe not all the way, but enough to fit an extension cord through. What's bothering me, however, is that the boiler room vent was closed during the investigation, which means it must have been closed during the murder.
Oh, okay.
I don't see a problem here. The killer doesn't even need to open that vent, because they could simply slide the cord between the grates.
Indoor extension cords may be thin, but the plugs on either side of them aren't.
I'll cut through
I can't believe I got that.
Fair enough.
That was literally the exception of the very last second.
If you insert the cord through the boiler room vent first, it's possible to fit the cord through. You just need to start with the internal plug. The cords in storage closet D have a slim internal end. This can easily be slid through the gaps in the vent. Once the killer ties the cord around the dining hall vent, Presumably with a knot. The cord won't be at risk of sliding back out either.
I see. When put like that, whether or not the boiler room vent was closed isn't really relevant.
How'd you figure all this out from some shrapnel and an extension cord?
That is crazy.
This is crazy.
For real.
At the same time, what he's describing sounds plausible.
Since the battery was suspended over the generator, it's no surprise the machine ended up the way it did. Fortunately for Diana, she was safe by virtue of remaining on the platform. I imagine that was also the killer's intention.
The killer kept her on the platform?
They must have known they were injecting Wolfgang with a hallucinogenic. So, it's possible they hoped his behavior would scare Diana off from entering the water. Although, even if Diana did die, the moment people realized only she and Wolfgang entered the boiler room, they probably call the whole thing a murder gone wrong.
Well, all of this certainly changes things.
Oh, looks like even she's pleased.
If the killer is someone who needed access to the vent and needed to be operating from the dining hall, then everyone who attended the tournament is a suspect.
That's crazy. She's right,
What?
though.
No way!
Shoot. Killer could even access the vent. Means they must have been dying all the time while being murdered.
So we can reduce it down to 8 people. Damon, Kai, Grace, Eva, Cassidy, Jet, Mark, and John.
It was probably Cassidy. She set the whole thing up.
Bro, why is my best girl accusing my other best
trying
girl?
to improve the mood.
Well, for real.
It wasn't me. I was playing a game with Damon when the lights went out.
I had to play music.
Me too.
You never touched my equipment.
I meant I was watching Kai and Damon play.
I was spectating as well.
Me too.
Me 3! And Cass 2, I think? I was too focused on the game to remember who was or wasn't there.
If everyone's telling the truth, then all 8 of y'all were crowded round the same spot?
Near the right wall where the TV was set up. It's also the furthest wall from the vent.
But
Seems like
wait, hold
someone
on,
is lying again.
because Mark's equipment is by the wall of the vent. Never got a good look. I gotta go look at the others. I can still use their general position if they were near me. It's you. I still think it's Mark. I still think it's Mark. That's cool. I'm locking in. Okay, so it's not Mark. not Jet. Nah, that's crazy. Wait. No. No. No.
It has to be
Oh
you.
my god. What the
The
fuck?
killer is Ava.
Ava, why?
What? No way.
Ava's the only one whose position I can't account for. Mark was mixing a track at the time Kai and I were playing a game, so I know he must have been stationed at his pad. And everyone else? I remember hearing their voices over the sound of the game. Everyone, except Ava. In fact, last I saw her, she was standing in the corner of the room with the vent.
So Ava flipped the vent?
Oh, maybe.
Oh man! And the reason no one
Oh,
heard
that's
it is
crazy.
because
Just
the music was too
man.
loud.
Don't blame me.
And
was
she
just
was
doing what I was
over
told.
here.
No one's
That
blaming
is
you.
fucking
We're all in on
crazy.
Eva.
She was
bro.
over here blaming Wolfgang, or blaming Diana, and saying that
contribute anything,
fucking
Eva?
Desmond was dangerous, and all those pieces pointed to them.
I didn't flip the vent.
Well, Damon says you did.
Damon says a lot of things.
Oh my god! She was never his friend! Holy shit! That whole time, ever since the mock trial, she's been getting close to him. Oh my god! She recognized that he was carrying the first class trial, so she got close to him. Holy fuck! That's crazy. That's insane.
That's fucking wild.
While you aren't
That
technically
game
wrong,
really just said,
I don't
"Flip
think that
it."
counts as an argument.
His theory is full of plot holes. He just refuses to point them out.
What plot holes?
The cord.
What?
In retrospect, you were so quick to accuse me that you overlooked a huge problem with the cord. If I'm the killer, how did I dispose of it?
Trick question. You left the cord tied to the vent.
What then? It unraveled by itself and fell into the water?
That's a very good ass question, though.
You got me there.
It would have to be during the blackout, right? Yeah.
To dispose of the cord. He just untied it during the blackout.
She untied the knot during a blackout?
Being the one who set up the trap, Ava could have easily practiced untying the knot in advance. Or she just made it a really simple knot. Either way, it wouldn't be any more difficult than untying your shoelaces with your eyes closed.
If Ava untied the cord, did it also fall into the water?
Diana's testimony says as much.
It does?
She's shocked.
During your confrontation with Wolfgang, you recounted hearing certain sounds.
You heard a kaboom.
No, that's honestly crazy. She's kind of the goat for all that, though. Because I didn't even begin to suspect
The
her,
first
like,
sound
at
was
all.
obviously the battery exploding. And the second, when you first recounted the story, you said it was the sound of the knife hitting the water. But why would a thin knife make such a big splash?
Then, do you think...
What really caused that sound was probably the extension cord falling into the water.
When you say it that way, it does seem likelier.
I should have known. The kid who lied about her talents and tried to lie about the Tozy trinkets. I should have known. I should have known only Eva fucking Sadaka would tell Wolfgang!
You're right that Eva's
You
lied
can
to
hear
us
the
several
malice
times
in her
already.
voice.
But she's just a mathlete. How did someone like her come up with something this complicated?
Her talent would give her the upper hand in all that measurement nonsense.
Even so, the sheer volume of items Eva had to steal.
She's a walking kleptomaniac.
She's been under heavy suspicion these past few days. How did she sneak into Jet and Desmond's rooms without being noticed?
Both of their rooms.
It's impossible. Wolfgang even got mad at me for being late to the dining hall by a few minutes. I've been watched the entire time I've been here. There's no way Jet wouldn't have noticed me taking his battery.
Right on. No one steals from me.
They already did.
And anyway, how could I enter the cord through the boiler room vent when I can't even reach the top of the generator? If anything, you should be suspicious of the taller students.
I sound like I doubt, but I can't let the conversation continue like this. Eva did in fact have a way to reach the vent. All she had to use. The boxes, right?
Eva grabbed one of the boxes.
That's setting myself up. Removing a box would reduce the amounts of boxes on the platform.
Flexing your meth.
I'm saying Damon would have noticed if a box was missing, but he never noticed anything because there were.
Couldn't you just?
Then the underside of the box would be wet.
This I can confirm.
Okay, so not that. So then these.
This is it. Eva, to reach the top of the generator, you simply stood on one of the boxes in the boiler room.
That's basically what.
There's already a huge pile of them near the generator itself. You could easily push one up against the machine.
Ah. She would have known about those boxes in advance, too.
No. Wait, are
Since
you saying she
explored the
planned this
boiler
murder
room with
since
you
the
ahead of
prologue?
Okay.
Whoa.
I could have used the boxes to reach the top of the generator. And I could have fit the cord through both vents if I inserted the right plug. I can do both of those things without attracting suspicion. What I can't do without attracting suspicion is opening the vent.
Eh?
Which vent are we talking about?
The dining hall one. Based on what Damon's saying, it needs to be opened for the killer's trap to work. But opening it during the tournament is asking to be caught, and opening it before the tournament is useless because Jet, Cassidy, and Mark would see it while setting up.
Oh yeah, you're right. If there was an open vent with a cord tied to it, I would have noticed for sure.
Now that Eva mentions it, I'm pretty sure the vent was closed during setup.
See, there's no way I can execute this trap without being caught.
Nah.
It's a stupid trap anyway. All the cord and vent stuff is too complicated. There's a billion ways it could go wrong. Damon's just making stuff up. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Oh.
What the? That's bullshit.
That's crazy.
Get it, you four-eyed troll! You can't talk your way out of this one!
Nah, but can we just talk about the fact that there is a bunch of things in this trial that, hey, not even the trial, just in general, that Damon wanted to point out, but couldn't because everyone was like, nah, they're not gonna believe me. Oh, they already hate me, so why would I make them hate me more? I don't want to draw unnecessary attention to myself and all that. She's using all of that against him. What the fuck is her problem? He is crazy.
The only person who would be sick-minded enough to kill Wolfgang is you and only you! Don't you fucking try and tell me otherwise!
It just got real.
Oh shit.
You can't say I'm the murderer just because I sat near a vent.
It seems to be pretty good evidence to me.
Wolfgang exposed you for the snake you are, and you despised him because of it. You have a motive!
Perhaps our understanding of the mechanism is
That's
wrong.
a lot of fucking phases.
Maybe it wasn't closing the vent that triggered it, but something else?
Oh my
Do
god,
you
what
have
if opening
any
the
evidence to
triggered it?
prove that?
Even if this trap was used, you can't guarantee it operated the way Damon described.
How so?
Well, the battery could have been tied to the extension cord with a special knot which can untie by itself after a bit of time passes.
There's even less evidence for that!
Evidence? No one here cares about evidence. I just
real.
happened to be at the game tournament. And now you're saying
no.
I'm a killer.
Ah. You just go, no.
You can't say I'm the murderer just because I sat near a vent.
Nah, see. She's not even on the thing. She just happened to be at the whatchamacallit. That can't be right.
It seems to be pretty good evidence to me.
Wolfgang exposed you for the snake you are. And you despised him because of it. You have a motive.
Perhaps our understanding of the mechanism is wrong? Maybe it wasn't closing the vent that triggered it, but something else?
Do you have any evidence to prove that?
Even if this trap was used, you can't guarantee it operated the way Damon described.
Oh
How
shit.
so?
Well,
Oh,
the battery could have been tied to the extension
It's
cord
so
with
rare.
a special knot which can untie by itself after a bit of time passes.
There's even less evidence for that.
What if it
Evidence?
is?
No one here cares
Yeah.
about evidence. I just happened to be at the game tournament. And now you're saying I'm a... Are you a moron? I was literally right there. You
All right,
can't say
sweetie,
I'm the
calm down.
murderer just because I sat near a vent.
It
That's
seems to be
crazy.
pretty good evidence to me.
Wolfgang exposed you for the snake you are, and you despised him because of it. You have a motive.
Perhaps our understanding of the mechanism is wrong? Maybe it wasn't closing the vent that triggered it, but something else?
Wait. So they would go there, they would go there, they would go there, and they would follow each other. But wait, that's still. I don't know.
Do you have any evidence to prove that?
Guarantee it operated the way Damon described.
How so?
A special knot which can untie by itself after a bit of time passes.
There's even less evidence for that.
Evidence? No one here cares about evidence. I just happened to... Game tournament.
No, that's wrong! She said, are you a moron? I was literally right there. Okay.
No. It's no coincidence you were at the game tournament. In fact, it's not even a coincidence the tournament took place during the murder.
Wait a minute, yo! And she also pointed out, she also made sure that the time was 9 a.m. Yo, she is a genius. She's a super genius. He was the one who brought up the tournament time.
Damn.
Oh! He's
What do you
fucking
mean?
eating, bro.
It was impossible for me to notice this earlier, but the killer timed the tournament so it would grant them an alibi for the murder.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
That
You're
is
accusing me of murder
fucking
again?
wild.
I thought you said Ava was the culprit.
The detective isn't supposed to
Absolutely
switch suspects in the last
diabolical.
stretch like this. You're totally throwing the audience for a loop, and not in a good way.
Except neither of you
That's
played a role
funny.
in determining what time the tournament would be held. The only person to determine that was Ava.
She's a true villain through and through. So I didn't get 9 a.m. Yeah, her brain was definitely active already.
Yeah.
Ava knew she would be in the dining hall tomorrow, so when Cassidy announced the tournament, she realized it was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to create an alibi for herself.
That's insane. How could she have come up with something like that on the spot?
I doubt it was on the spot, my friend.
It wasn't just for an alibi either. Since Ava knew about the tournament, she could time the setup of her trap accordingly.
What'd she say? Yeah, they all had graphics. That's what she... No, I know.
You really don't think we would have noticed her messing with our stuff before the tournament?
Ava opened the vent.
Someone would see her open.
Damn. So it...
I got it.
Cassidy, you told me Ava approached you yesterday and asked to help set up the tournament. What exactly did she say?
When did I tell you this again?
Before the tournament?
Oh, now I remember.
Bonk.
Yeah, Eva wanted to see what sort of equipment the tournament needed. After I showed her Mark's stuff and told her we were redecorating the dining hall, she offered to help.
Back when this conversation happened, you still hadn't decided what time you were going to start redecorating, right?
Yeah, it's kind of embarrassing. Eva really helped me out, though. She said she would stack the dining hall furniture we weren't going to use later that night. Afterwards, we could focus purely on arranging the technical stuff in the morning.
All right. Then tell me what happened last night.
Jet, Mark, Eva, and I came to the dining hall at around 8:40 p.m. probably. We stacked the table and the dining chairs against the left wall, and the sofas we moved to the middle of the room, maybe a little more to the right. Then we all went back to our dorms. Well, I was kind of hungry, so I stayed back a few minutes before leaving.
Facts. You go off, queen.
Hold the phone.
For real.
If those sofa chairs were moved to the middle of the room,
Kinda
why
like
did I
you're in
see
a
one
big
over in the
bag.
corner this morning?
Because Eva pushed it there.
Eva, what?
Eva, what? Oh, shit.
She didn't want to take part in the tournament. Just watch it from the side. That's what she told me. I never thought it was weird or anything. Some people just like sticking to the walls of rooms, you know?
We're talking about
That's
the sofa in
crazy.
the upper left corner, aye? The one next to the coffee table.
Yes, sir, Eva.
Yo, when the power went out, I'm pretty sure Damon ran over to that corner to look through. Yeah, a vent!
Did she move the chair there so it would be easier to reach the vent later?
Why would I when Cassidy just said the vent was closed during setup?
because you were covering for yourself in advance.
Huh?
Uh-oh. Hit him with the
The vent may not have been
Caught.
open at the time, but I'm willing to bet that's because you were still creating your trap.
In what way?
Yeah, I'm confused
Let's
too.
say Ava took a detour for the boiler room first, and slid the internal plug through both vents. After going upstairs and helping rearrange the dining hall furniture, during which she moves a sofa chair so it obscures the vent, she heads outside and hides until everyone else goes to bed. Then, she walks back in and opens the vent.
So Eva took complete advantage of them?
Not my fault those two are so trusting.
You think a big guy like me was gonna be afraid of some mathlete? No way!
I mean, she did lie about a lot of important things. Her talent being one of them.
I bet she's not even a
She
real
also
mathlete.
cried and fled the scene after we found out, no?
I just thought it was cool. She wanted to help me out.
Hey, can we backtrack a little? Like, to before all this Ava talk?
Why? What
He
happened?
just realized something dangerous about her.
It's to do with the chair's position.
The chair?
Interesting.
You guys keep saying it was in front of the vent, but Damon stood in front of the vent during the blackout. If the chair was in the position you all say it was, it should have blocked him from crouching in front of the vent.
Ava probably just moved it during the blackout.
Wait a minute! Oh!
Eh?
No! They better not be about to twist the story!
Before the blackout, it was positioned with its back to the left wall. However, when I ran over to the vent, the chair was suddenly pushed up against the northern wall, out of the vent's range. Ava must have shifted the chair while everyone was initially panicking from the blackout. I'm guessing she hoped people would misremember its position and think it was always along the northern wall.
Wait, but no, it wouldn't work out that way.
So I totally fell for it?
I also remember seeing a speaker in that corner.
Yeah, about that. This morning, Jet, Mark, and I arrived at the dining hall a little after 8 a.m., then Eva came a few minutes later. She helped us put together Mark's equipment, which was stationed in the lower right corner of the room. And then she volunteered to place speakers around the room while Jet and I set up the TV next to the fireplace.
Moving a speaker near the vent. Did Eva do that to drown out Diana and Wolfgang's scuffle?
Yeah, and in turn exacerbate the effects of the other speakers. There were almost a dozen spread throughout the dining hall.
That's
Some
crazy.
even sandwiched into corners they didn't need to be. Ava probably placed them that way to cover as much ground as possible.
Still. Eva entered the dining hall at 8:10 a.m., right? So wouldn't it be impossible for her to knock out Lawyer Man at 8:15 a.m.?
According to Ava, she arrived around 8:10 a.m., but it's possible she actually arrived much later. Since there's no clock in the dining hall, he just couldn't have known. In fact, that might be why Ava seemed so eager to arrange Mark's equipment in the morning.
Oh shit.
Upon realizing it had a clock, she wanted to ensure it would only be powered on after she arrived.
It seems the setup of this trap occurred across 3 phases. Phase 1 took place in the boiler room and involved tying a lithium battery to an extension cord. The cord was then slid through the grates of the closed boiler room vent, presumably until it almost poked out the other end of the ventilation shaft. Phase
Right.
2, by contrast, was carried out in the dining hall. The aforementioned cord was tied around the dining hall vent, which was then left open. This must have happened after Cassidy, Mark, and Jet were already done redecorating. For the third and final phase, the battery was carefully suspended over the generator. All these steps combined created a pulley system, which could only be triggered by closing the dining hall vent. Is there anything I'm missing?
How I closed the vent.
Huh?
Exactly. That's
No one has explained how I closed the dining hall vent. Obviously, I didn't do it during the blackout. According to Damon, the blackout can only happen after the vent is closed. So, I must have stood up, gone behind the chair, and closed the vent during the tournament. That's stupid. Someone is definitely going to notice that sort of conspicuous movement. It doesn't matter if that someone is on the opposite side of the room. They're going to notice.
How did we overlook such an obvious discrepancy?
I honestly forgot she was there. She hasn't said anything in like a while. I don't even know. Maybe this?
Hey, the tournament equipment is innocent. It was.
Yeah, why did you suggest that?
Who cares if the music was loud?
Damn. I don't even know.
I don't know why you're pointing fingers at some random.
This is it.
What? I don't even know what I
The
clicked
location
on.
of your chair bypasses this problem entirely.
Duh.
To close the vent, all you need to do is set the chair to recline and reach behind you.
Set the chair to recline?
All the dining hall chairs have the ability to recline. Some were already set to that position at the start of the tournament, including Ava's. With her chair in recline, Ava can easily reach down and close the vent without shifting from her position.
That's actually insane.
It's not perfectly inconspicuous, but it's subtle enough to not catch most people's attention. Especially those focused on watching a video game competition. Well, am I wrong?
This isn't funny. Just because I was sitting in front of the vent doesn't mean I was the one who triggered the mechanism.
No one can sneak up behind you without drawing attention, especially when all the lights were still on.
That's just dumb! Where I was sitting shouldn't make me a murderer.
Even so, with everything we've spoken about...
Everything? Did you already forget what was said earlier? Just look at all the items I would need to set up this murder. The battery, the extension cord, the rolling pin, the taser, the syringe, and the supposed drug used with it. How could I have collected all of those things? Wolfgang and everyone else hated me because I lied about my talent. They were on their guard whenever I was around. You think Jet and Desmond would just let me walk into their rooms and take their stuff?
Honestly, she raises a very valid
That's
point.
true. We still haven't explained how she robbed two people's rooms without being caught.
Unless you can prove I had the chance to get all this stuff, you can't make me out to be the killer.
Fine.
Uh-oh.
Eh?
Oh no, he about to hit her with
Show
everything he
proof.
got.
Only you could obtain the items necessary for this murder.
Wait. Wait.
It was obvious from the start.
How does that connect?
Oh, okay. Good. I was about to say.
I got it.
Ava, we were well aware of the existence of those items. For starters, everyone heard about Jet's battery. It was common knowledge due to his boasting.
Oh, he's about to go in.
Wait, so it's all my fault? Ouch.
Since the dorms aren't locked, he could have easily snuck in and grabbed the battery while no one was inside. The battery is lightweight too, so you wouldn't have trouble carrying it. For the rest of your plan, the syringe and drugs are both readily available in the pharmacy. And as for the taser, you may not have known about its existence right away, but you still had every incentive to search Desmond's room. Because you received his blackmail.
And he was the only one she told about it. Holy
Eva?
fuck.
You knew my blackmail this whole time and never said anything?
So what?
Oh shit! Yo!
Huh?
So what if I knew?
Yo, she said I'm about to
I
stand
wasn't
on
the only
business.
one. Damon knew your blackmail as well.
Oh, yeah. He read it out loud to everyone earlier, didn't he?
Damon knew almost everything I did. He knew where the items used in this murder were stored. He knew the layout of the boiler room and the storage closets. He knew all sorts of things. The only thing he didn't know is the one thing more important than any piece of physical evidence.
The hell are you talking about?
Uh-oh.
See? You still don't know.
What is she
You
about
still
to say?
don't know that we never saw eye to eye.
Huh?
Eye to eye on the not killing each other stuff?
No, what is she talking about for real?
Wolfgang.
Eh?
Damon saw the way Wolfgang scolded me and treated me like a bad guy, and he thought I hated him the same way he did. But unlike Damon, I never wanted Wolfgang to die.
What the?
Yo.
Whoa! That's a loaded accusation.
Not a first for this trial.
If you thought you saw the worst of Damon after the dummy trial, you underestimate just how low he can stoop. I practically risked my life pretending to be his ally. But in return,
What
he
the
let me
hell
see
is
the
going
extent
on,
of his
Fox?
deceitfulness, which is why I can tell everyone that Damon has Wolfgang's blackmail.
God damn, I hate this headset.
Oh,
I hate it.
gosh.
I'm just not used to it. I have no clue what the fuck is going on. Shit is getting wild.
Any reason you didn't tell us this earlier?
That's a very good fucking
Well,
point.
I didn't think it was incriminating at first.
Not even when he refused to come forward about it?
That was weird, but I didn't want to make accusations at the time because it could have just been his ego talking. Only after watching him reject the taser gun over this dumb mechanism he made up did I realize I had potential evidence on my hands.
Damon, do you have your blackmail on you? Don't worry about reading it out loud or anything. Just show the image. That's all you gotta do.
She was using you. You damn fool! She was using you! Nah, she's absolutely right that they weren't seeing eye to eye on it. The thing is that whereas Damon wanted him to die, he didn't act on it. He acted on it, but she didn't want him to die.
That's crazy, bro.
Damn, she turned you into a fucking clown, bro.
For real. She said, bitch, you thought.
No one will say anything unless you tell the
Fine.
truth.
I'll show it. But only the picture, as requested.
He's married?
Ingrid, Wolfgang doesn't have blue eyes.
So, who is this then? His parents?
I mean, why else would the guy look like him?
Given the year this photo was taken, these two people must be his parents. Look at what's printed at the bottom. April 17th, 2001. We know how old Wolfgang is because of the student reports. In 2001, he wasn't even born yet.
But why his parents?
And that's fucking crazy.
Are they being held against their will?
You can't leave us hanging, Damo! You gotta read out what it says!
That's not what was asked of me. And even if I had to, I don't think someone who can't explain himself should have his secrets revealed to everyone.
Some things are better left unsaid.
Damn straight. Eva's not gonna let that
For the
shit slide,
record,
though.
I know what Wolfgang's blackmail says, but it didn't change my outlook on him. I don't think it's possible for anyone to hate someone like Wolfgang. He was always brave in the face of sheer adversity, and encouraged everyone else to act likewise. Wolfgang challenged me to be a better person. Wolfgang challenged all of us to be better people. And maybe Ava simply couldn't rise to his challenge.
God damn!
Don't listen to him! He's trying to divert everyone from the truth.
Even though Wolfgang and I didn't always see eye to eye, my respect for him and his talent never wavered. Why would someone like me harm him? Me, who's been leading this trial much the same way he led the one before.
Damn straight!
I may have questioned the idea no one here would kill, but that doesn't make me someone who wants to see bloodshed.
He does! He does want bloodshed! We have all the proof he's a cold-blooded killer! Wolfgang's blackmail, which
How
he
is that
lied
proof,
about
though?
having!
But wasn't Damon playing?
Nothing he says should be trusted. Nothing he says about me, or anything else.
It is odd that we place faith in a man who does not have faith in us.
But you have all
So
the
much
facts
so,
that
these
it was
discussions are mostly
Eva.
led by his own conjecture.
Damon isn't the killer, though. Why would he try to mislead anyone? Like, he and I were playing a game when the murder happened.
Why would he mislead
And
y'all?
multiple people can vouch for us.
That's what I'm saying. Like, why
Not
would
to
he?
mention, the things he's been saying make a lot of sense.
Truth has no personal alliance. That's why.
Even if he wasn't here, we'd arrive at the same conclusion anyway.
Bullshit.
Depends who you mean by we.
Then, you all still think I'm the killer?
Someone needs to be voted by the end of this.
Don't just say it like that.
Nah, but she needs to hear it like that.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Oh gosh, she's crashing out! My ears!
For real.
How would I know?
They're worse than the motherfuckers on that crash out of words.
When to drop it?
Drop what?
Maybe not.
The battery.
The battery! Damon says the killer dropped the battery when Diana was already in the boiler room. But how would I know when Diana was in the boiler room? It's not as if I could listen out for her. The music speakers are too loud.
Fair?
The dining hall has no clocks, so it'd be impossible for me to know if it was 8:45 a.m.
Right. Only Mark's DJ pad had a clock.
Maybe Ava asked Mark for the time.
The console
She
that
never
she had,
spoke
the handheld console. It was a DS, and DS
We
had
never
clocks.
spoke! I never even got up from my chair! Besides, how could I be sure Diana arrived on time anyway? If you can't explain how I knew when to drop the battery, then shut up and stop accusing me!
Damn, quit crashing out, for fuck's sake.
Just straight up crashing out.
Yeah. We got a D1 crash out on our hands.
Nah, this is infinitely better than any of the first trials I've ever played in any Danganronpa game ever. Hands down.
Hell yeah.
Ain't no fucking way that this is the answer.
You think I guessed?
I got it. The only way the killer would have known when to spring their trap was by seeing Diana enter the room. Any uncertainty would ruin the plan, and the dining hall was too loud to hear anything over.
Trying to look into the boiler room through the vent is impossible.
Damn, no way. While she was in the room. What? No.
This is it.
No way!
It's impossible to see anything from the vent, which means the only way anyone could see into the room was by using the school cameras.
What the fuck?
Say what?
What? How did she even
I don't
get
understand
access
how,
to those?
but Ava must have used the camera.
Is she working with the kidnappers?
Are you kidding me? How the hell would I have access to the camera?
Naturally, it would have to be some sort of screen.
You said she had a DS.
Mm-hmm. Wait, but maybe it wasn't even a DS? Holy shit.
Yeah. That's fucking very
She
possible.
fucking Rainbow Six Siege this bitch! Oh my god!
Nah, that's crazy, bro. Rainbow Six Siege in it is wild.
This time I bring an end to what you started. For better or for worse, this one will be your final lie. Time to solve the final piece of this puzzle. Or it won't be without a fight. Announcing argument altercation. Oh shit, that's a new one. Game, you and your opponent battle each other in a bullet hell extravaganza. Dodge your opponent's action. The player movement is F is for a mega bullet. Focus is shift. Noise. Your opponent will fire their own bullets, so be sure to use their abilities strategically to avoid damage. They'll also make statements of their own to appear as orange checks. shield, man. They cannot be damaged by any means. Weakening their shield by weakening their statements with bullets. Ah, yeah! That's the only way to damage your opponent. Yo, I'm so scared. But then again, we got the 14. Let's go!
Oh shit! That shows how bad your addiction to this game is, and shows how bad my addiction to BeamNG is.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Because I started this like a little bit before 10, I think. Maybe even like, I don't even remember. I think it was like 7.
I've been playing BeamNG since I started talking to y'all today.
So, you know, it actually depends on it, so get going.
Yeah.
Who cares about the camera? I just wanted to help.
That's
I
crazy.
didn't see anything. This isn't fair. This isn't fair. There's no proof I killed Wolfgang. I didn't see anything.
Oh, wow.
There's
I
no
really
proof
gotta-
I killed Wolfgang. This isn't fair.
Now? Whoa, what you doing?
Who cares about the camera? I just wanted to help. It's Damon who's suspicious. I didn't see anything.
Oh, yeah. Here we go.
It's Damon who's suspicious. Who cares about the camera? Why would I kill anyone? This isn't fair.
No.
Life ain't fair.
Why would I kill anyone?
The fuck?
It's Damon who's suspicious.
Nah, she's great. Crash.
There's no proof I killed Wolfgang.
For real.
I love her, but she
This isn't
help.
fair.
Damn.
Why would
That's
I
crazy.
kill anyone? There's no proof I killed Wolf. There's no proof I killed Wolf. Who cares about the camera?
Damn, now she's defaming.
There's no proof I killed Wolfgang. I just wanted to help. It's Damon who's suspicious.
This is
Why
hard.
would I kill anyone? There's no proof I
And
killed
this is
Wolfgang.
exactly why I'm watching this.
Why would I kill anyone? It's Damon who's suspicious. Why would I... Damon, I thought you trusted me. There's no proof I killed Wolfgang.
What the hell?
I just wanted
Where
to
am
help.
I?
Upside down.
I didn't see anything. I just wanted to help. This is
That's
fair.
a real
Who cares
big
about the
kicker.
camera?
That's a hell of a curveball.
I just wanted to help. Who cares about the camera? Who cares about the camera? This isn't fair. I didn't see anything. I didn't see anything. It's Damon who's suspicious. I just wanted to help. Ouch! Why won't you believe me?
Oh, it's happening again.
There's
I'm.
no proof I killed Wolfgang.
Oh.
I just wanted to help.
That's the thing.
Why would I
Damn.
kill
I would
anyone?
have done the same thing. That would've been cool.
Why would I didn't see anything. Who cares about the camera? It's Damon who's suspicious. I just wanted to help. Who cares about the camera? This isn't fair.
I care about the camera.
This isn't fair. Who cares about the camera? Who cares about the camera?
Really?
Why would I kill anyone?
Oh, I mean, I won't let you
just
beat
wanted
me.
to help. There's no proof I killed Wolfgang. I just wanted to help. There's no proof I killed Wolfgang. Ouch!
really is putting up a fight though.
How could I access the security camera?
Eva's personal.
Lame. This isn't fair.
What?
I just wanted to help. Who cares about the camera?
That's crazy.
What is this?
Who cares about the camera?
She got her health back. That's not fair. I guess we're starting over.
Why would I kill anyone? Who cares about the camera? Who
The
cares
hell?
about the camera? Why would I kill anyone? There's no proof I killed.
Oh, that actually hurt.
This isn't fair. There's no proof I killed Wolf. It's Damon who's suspicious. This isn't fair. Why would I kill anyone?
Ouch.
It's Damon who's suspicious. I didn't see anything. I just wanted to. There's no proof I killed Wolfgang. This isn't fair.
Oh, damn. Time stop.
Why would I kill anyone?
Wrong. God damn.
It's Damon who's suspicious.
Damon is kind of suspicious. I'm not gonna hold you.
Who cares about the camera?
That's crazy.
But at least Damon's not the
I
one
didn't
crashing
see
out.
anything. I thought you trusted
Exactly.
me.
I thought you
Who
trusted
cares
me.
about the camera? This isn't fair.
Go cry to
You
your
really turned my
mama.
controllers
Just
around
wanted
and
to
changed the
help.
language.
I didn't see anything. Who cares about the camera? Who cares about the camera? There's no proof I killed Wolfgang. I didn't see anything.
Oh my God.
I just wanted to help. There's no proof I killed Wolfgang. Why would I kill anyone? I didn't. There's no proof I killed Wolfgang.
Well,
I just wanted to help. Why would I kill anyone?
Why would I kill anyone?
Why would I kill anyone? Who cares about the camera? There's no proof I killed. There's no proof I killed Wolf. It's Damon who's suspicious. I didn't see anything. I didn't see anything. Why won't you believe me? Why would I kill anyone? There's no proof I killed Wolfgang. Why would I kill anyone? Why would I kill anyone? I just wanted to help. Who cares about the camera? Who cares about the camera? It's Damon who's suspicious. It's Damon.
From downtown.
The hell? What? You're
I just
downtown.
wanted to help.
Oh, damn, I'm out.
It's
Time
Damon
stop.
who's suspicious. I didn't see anything. Yeah, see what I can do?
Oh, she killed me. Damn, she is not to be fucked around with. That's
It's
for damn
Damon
sure.
who's suspicious.
He is a strong
There's
motherfucker.
no proof I killed Wolfgang. I didn't see anything. I didn't see it. Who cares about the camera? It's Damon who's suspicious. Who cares about the camera? Why? This isn't fair. Who cares about the camera? I just wanted to help. I didn't see it. Damon, I thought you trusted me. This isn't fair. This isn't fair.
That was
I didn't
genius right
see
there.
anything.
Exactly, bro.
I just wanted to help. Why would I kill anyone? This isn't fair. It's Damon who's suspicious. There's no proof I killed Wolfgang. Why would I kill anyone? Why would I kill? Who cares about the camera? This isn't fair. Why won't you believe me?
Why won't you believe me?
Who cares about the camera? There's no proof I didn't see anything. Ow! This isn't fair. Why would I kill anyone? This isn't fair. Why would I kill anyone? Why would I kill anyone? I didn't see anything. There's no proof I killed Wolfgang. There's no proof I killed Wolfgang. This isn't fair. How could I access the security camera?
There you go.
Ava,
I guess I wasn't
we
quick
know
enough
the
the first
truth.
time.
No! Don't kill me!
No, don't kill me. It's crazy.
What
After
you
the
said
shit
was
you
true,
did.
Ava. Whether or not the trap works depends on if the killer can see inside the boiler room. Which begs the question, how does the killer see inside? They can't just get on their knees and peek through the vent. Everyone in the dining hall would notice. Besides, the vent probably offers very little in the way of an actual view of the room.
Exactly! It's impossible!
Right. It's impossible. From this particular angle. If I switch perspectives, your entire argument comes completely undone.
What do you mean?
Ava assumes I'm taking only one factor into account. Her position at the time of Wolfgang's murder. Little does she know that in ruling out that factor, she's led me straight to another. A certain item which could have granted her the ability to see inside the boiler room. An item that, like the chemical smell, only makes sense when all other options have been ruled out. The game console she brought with her to the tournament.
Ava had a game console?
She wanted to get in the spirit of the tournament without being directly involved. Or so she claimed. But when every other option has been ruled out, what else can we look to but the one that's yet to be addressed?
Are you saying she saw inside the boiler room using the console?
So he played live footage of the room?
Sounds like a stretch.
If I'm wrong, Ava should be able to prove her innocence. Go on, Ava. Show us the console.
Uh-oh.
Huh?
I don't think she has the console on her, dude.
She has to. She never had an opportunity to slink away and dispose of it.
What about the blackout?
When the blackout first hit, people were disorientated for about a minute at most. Ava likely spent those 60 seconds undoing the cord and moving the chair. Between then and now, she's never been alone. The only exception was when she and I split up to investigate the dining hall and the dorms respectively. However, the laundry room, dining hall, and courtyard all had people in them, so I doubt she hid the console in any of those rooms. And the janitor closet? That room has been locked for days now. She obviously couldn't hide the console there. Which means it must still be on her person.
Oh, damn.
Like I said earlier, if I'm wrong about the console, we can take it out right now and show everyone its contents.
What are you waiting for? Quit hiding the stupid thing and show it!
Uh-oh. What are you
You're
about to do?
just trying to make me look bad. You don't know what you're talking about. You're just jealous of me. You're jealous of me and my talent. That's all you are. Jealous.
Hey, calm down.
It's crashing out again.
Why not just pull out the console?
Yes! Show us the console and then you'll be done with this!
No! I don't have to show anyone anything.
Straight, you tell him, Queen.
That's the most suspicious thing you
Wappa
could say.
wah.
It's not suspicious. I'm telling the truth. That's obvious.
obviously a lie.
Why go through the effort of mentioning Wolfgang's blackmail if you won't reveal this?
Now that I think back on it, Ava had been staring at her console the entire tournament.
Why do you say the entire tournament like that?
Coming all the
Y'all
way over
only
to
got
the
through
dining
the
hall when
first
she
match,
could have
y'all
just
didn't
stayed in her
finish it.
dorm.
Well, where did she obtain his console? We should discuss those details before continuing any more with these accusations.
She said she won it from Tozu's gachapon.
Seems natural he would stock that machine with dangerous items. With this being a killing game at all.
Between 14 impossible culprits and one possible killer, there's no need to sort out the facts further. Ava, you're the only one we can vote for.
That's such twisted logic! You're going to vote for me without being completely sure I'm even guilty?
There's no need to be completely sure if no one else can be suspected.
Am right.
In case anyone still doubts Ava is the killer, I'll go through the case one last time. And once all the pieces are laid out for everyone to see, I'll prove she's the killer, once and for all.
Okay. Oh, was I not on the screen? That's crazy. I forgot how this works. What? Oh wait, hold on. Yeah, there we go. Hell yeah.
This is how it happened.
Alright, this is the entire case.
This case was directly incited by the motive Tozu introduced, in which everyone here received another person's blackmail. Amidst the chaos that spawned, the killer saw an opportunity to commit a murder. They sent letters to two people, Wolfgang Akide, who they plan to kill, and Diana Venezia, who they plan to frame. Wolfgang and Diana were asked to meet in the boiler room in 2 days' time. Wolfgang's letter told him to arrive at 8:15 a.m., while Diana's told her to arrive at 8:45 a.m.
The messages threatened to expose our blackmail, so we had no choice but to follow their instructions.
At this point, the killer probably knew the way they were going to kill Wolfgang. Hence, how they reacted to this next piece of information. The following morning, it was revealed that Cassidy and Jet were going to hold a game tournament.
The point was for people to spend time together and not think murdery thoughts. But little did we know, a would-be killer was lurking nearby.
Damn. Absolutely insane.
And how? The killer emboldened their own plans and made it so the tournament would happen at 9 a.m.
Did you just agree with yourself?
Both Wolfgang and Diana turned down the offer, which must have been music to the killer's ears, since it confirmed their plan was working. The killer took this as a sign to commence the next phase of their plan. Later that evening, they went downstairs to the boiler room and began preparing the murder weapon.
Though it might be more accurate to call it a murder mechanism. The killer wrapped an extension cord as tightly as they could around a car battery, which had been stolen from Jet's room. I imagine the battery must have been sitting on top of the generator. Wouldn't want to risk an explosion by bringing lithium too close to the water.
The killer avoided opening the boiler room vent for this segment, probably because they knew I'd remember it being closed originally.
A crucial part of the killer's plan would involve sliding the cord through the boiler room vent and out the other end into the dining hall. So they could then walk upstairs to the dining hall and tie the protruding part of the cord to the dining hall vent.
Funnily enough, the killer was going to be needed in the dining hall very shortly.
Yeah, to help Cass and me rearrange the dining hall's furniture. We were saving the whole thing for next morning, but they convinced us to do it that night instead.
Their intentions were threefold. Create an alibi, hide the vent with a piece of furniture, and then open the vent in secret. After which, they'd return to the boiler room and suspend the battery over the generator.
Which brings us to today. Knowing better than to head downstairs without protection, Wolfgang went to the kitchen and armed himself with a knife. Toshiko didn't notice a knife on him when the two met in the hallway, so he must have hidden it in his blazer.
Wolfgang arrived inside the boiler room at 8:15 a.m., exactly like his letter requested. As he was waiting, the killer snuck up behind him.
And he got smacked right in the head with that steel rolling pin and crumpled like paper.
A syringe was then used to inject Wolfgang with a sleeping drug, ensuring he would remain in the boiler room until Diana arrived.
So incredibly complicated.
The killer might have, left the taser on the floor around this time.
Yeah, the taser they swiped from my dorm. They must have decided to raid the place after receiving my blackmail. If I'd heard about the taser sooner, I could have gotten rid of it, as well as whatever else my blackmail supposedly mentions.
Save the angsting for later, will you?
Anyway, back on topic. Wolfgang was left to lie in the partially flooded area of the boiler room, while the killer ran upstairs to help set up Mark's music equipment.
They didn't care about the equipment. They just wanted to put a speaker next to the vent, because it would drown out the fight which was going to happen later.
Don't forget the digital clock! They wanted to get there before that became available. Don't need people knowing what time you actually arrived.
My letter said to meet at 8:45 a.m. So that's when I got to the boiler room. I made sure to close the door behind me, just as the message told me to.
Bad idea. Killer flipped the doorknob so that the lock was on the outside instead of the inside. You locked yourself in.
The room was really dark too. I didn't even see the suspended battery, only the blinking security camera. And then, Wolfgang, he got up on his feet all of a sudden, and he started crying and saying these weird things. I tried to keep him calm and asked him to come over to me, which he actually did. But the very next second, he attacked me with his knife.
The drugs probably gave him a frightening hallucination, and he perceived you as a threat.
He was screaming at me, and I was screaming back. No one from the tournament could hear us over the music. At one point, I even picked up the taser, but then I threw it back down again.
And that's when the killer decided it was time. Having set their chair to recline, they were able to casually reach down and close the vent behind them. This lowered the extension cord, causing the car battery to enter the water and discharge a huge amount of electricity. Wolfgang, who was still standing in the water, was electrocuted instantly. The battery itself exploded upon reacting with the water, which the killer was likely banking on as a way to destroy evidence. All of this happened right under my nose. No one could have guessed that someone present at the tournament was committing murder.
The explosion also damaged the generator and caused the blackout. Everyone ended up stumbling around in the dark.
Not for long, though. We quickly came back to our senses and agreed to look for a backup generator on the underground floor.
I used a hairpin to unlock the boiler room door and ran outside, but you guys had already made it downstairs.
That's when you say you ducked around a corner and out of sight.
Honestly,
Only
good on
after
Diana for
everyone
being
went
able to
inside the
get through there
closets
without
did
anybody
you
knowing
then
it was
dash
her.
upstairs.
It's a good thing she did. Otherwise, we'd have found her alone in a room with Wolfgang's dead body. We would have wrongly assumed Diana was the killer, and died as a result. This complicated scheme calls to mind only one person. One person who just so happened to be sitting in a certain sofa chair.
Bro, look at her. She's fiending.
That person is you, Ava Sunaka. It's over, Ava. We know the truth.
It's not fair. This isn't fair. This isn't fair.
That's the end of the class trial. But wait, there's still more to go. Just a little bit, though, probably. Where is it? Oh, there we go.
My blood is rushing.
Brilliant, spectacular. You have seen beyond the foul lies of this scorned mathematician and delivered the honorable truth with wit and
Well
aplomb.
done.
This is worthy of praise. Allow me to reward your success.
This isn't funny.
Can you shut up? Latozi's mad ramblings. The trial room had gone completely silent. Everyone was either staring at the floor or sneaking nervous glances at each other. I understand the reason for this frosty atmosphere. You found out who done it, so now you wish to know why done it.
Such a spoil sport.
Very well. Every murder mystery needs a motive, and I would be loath to break tradition at this stage.
There must be something.
Why did you do this? Just why? Oh shit, she actually looks cool with her glasses lifted up like that.
Come on.
Come on, speak up. You have nothing to lose now. This Tozu. Huh? Tozu made me do it. Oh, they messed up. It's supposed to say Eva.
This is...
What? And that's supposed to say Desmond.
You...
You've been working with Tozu this entire time?
Such disrespect.
Me and her? Oh, please. Her plan was to secretly infiltrate the killing game. She wouldn't have given herself such an attention-grabbing ultimate title.
Rubbish.
I mean, seriously, ultimate liar? Talk about on the nose. No, Eva is just as much of a kidnappee as the rest of you.
Son of a bitch!
Shut up. You let her get away with breaking the rules. That's proof enough you're in cahoots.
Holy!
Huh? Eva broke the rules? Yeah, when she blew up school fucking property.
Fuck you!
Why the fuck was I punished for chucking a rock at a camera, but Eva wasn't punished for destroying a fucking generator? That's a very good ass question, though.
For real.
Shit.
Is Eva the exception that Rule was talking about? Then tap the screen of his trinket and conjured a familiar square-shaped polygon. So that's the fingers he located the killing game's rules. Okay, yeah, everyone take a look at the second rule. Students are not allowed to vandalize any official killing game properties, such as the cameras and the Tozu trinkets. Exceptions may apply. See how it says exceptions may apply at the end? Since Eva wasn't punished for breaking the generator, could that mean she counts as an exception?
Stop lying!
Are you gonna explain how? Or are you just gonna try to be a fucking contrarian?
This looks bad.
Well, if I had to make a guess, it's probably because Eva destroyed the generator while committing a murder.
What's all this about?
You're saying Eva has special privileges? I think it's more like her method of murder was what destroyed the generator. Meaning the generator is technically tied to Wolfgang's death.
Yeah,
Yeah, which is why Eva was excused for breaking it.
Slow down.
Yo, that can't actually be the reason, can it?
I see, I see.
And if it were...
Brutal!
What?
You...
You! I see. Eva believes she would count as an exception to the rule. Which is why she didn't take any steps to avoid destroying the generator.
What?
She risked getting shot in the head or something she just assumed?
That ain't it.
Nah. With how confidently Eva executed the murder, she must have known for sure she wouldn't be penalized. How about it, Tozu? Did you ever share that information with her?
Who? Me?
A desperate killer is much like a hungry seagull, ready to pounce upon the slightest crumb of substance. The mere implication of a loophole ignites their senses, and they, as desperate people always do, will shred their dignity in pursuit of confirmation. So to answer your question, yes, Eva approached me with the same questions your friends are asking now. And yes, I confirmed her suspicions were true.
Not okay!
Seriously? That's so unfair.
Pathetic.
Nah, because why do I feel like he's dead ass gonna drop the fact that he talked with Damon? Answering a reasonable question is far from unfair. Have you never asked a professor for help on an assignment? Sure, your professor won't do the work for you. But they'll be happy to clear up any confusion you might have. And why did Eva say you made her kill Wolfgang? Look at her, she's so angry, but she's so pretty. I suppose you could say Eva and I made a deal.
Huh?
A deal? What kind of deal? A deal to begin the killing game.
Impossible!
Wow. In exchange for agreeing to perform the first kill, she would receive a special perk.
Plot twist!
A traitor perk.
Holy!
What do you mean, traitor perk? Is it the tablet Eva has? I mean, she refused to show it to us when we asked. Mind you that a host cannot simply hand over a traitor perk to anyone who asks. For a student to be eligible for a perk, they must first earn it.
That was very...
What do you mean by earn it? Do you recall that little tidbit I shared with you about the pharmacy? Oh my gosh, she figured it out! The one about a secret lurking inside? See a very interesting secret lurking beyond this door. That secret, were you referring to the traitor perk?
Well done!
indeed I was. I had a very interesting secret was lurking inside. I meant that quite literally. The only thing separating you from the perk was a few inches of stainless steel and a pin pad. Pin pad. Oh gosh, you're talking about that big door I found tucked behind the shelf.
I see.
See, it was hiding the trader perk all along. How did Eva figure out the password to the pin pad though? She entered a bunch of random numbers until it finally worked.
Well,
Four-digit code would have had thousands of potential combinations. Unless Eva encountered unbelievable luck, the chances of her guessing that code in only a few days is extremely unlikely.
How?
How did she get access to the trader perk? 4 numbers to unlock the pin pad. How did Eva figure them out? There's only one way. Only one way to see her obtaining the correct answer. It's to do with that poster, isn't it? That mysterious poster in the pharmacy. What poster are you?
Well done.
Ding, ding, ding. Correct. Yes, hidden inside one of the pharmacy's room is a poster which reveals the code to the pin pad.
For real?
For real?
No.
How can that poster reveal the code, though? I knew it had to be important somehow. None of the visuals made sense, which is exactly why it caught my attention. I didn't know what to do with that information, how to decipher what I was seeing.
Pathetic.
And that is where you fell short of your mathematically gifted peer. With her keen eyesight and quick thinking, she saw the poster for what it really was.
Plot twist!
An equation. What? Every detail is deceitful. Those exclamations of grandeur may in fact be hints toward a certain something's nature. And that large star, a stand-in for a coordinate plane. Okay, yeah. I'm not done imagining anymore. The passcode to that precious pad is, after all, being changed as we speak. Quote the words of my parents' parents' parents, the road to freedom must always be paved with obstacles.
Sick and twisted!
Oh, math equation is totally up Eva's alley. But you told me you couldn't understand the poster.
Why the long face?
Of course you did. That equation is the key to the trader perk. Handing it over would be handing the perk over.
Shit.
So the trader perk was Eva's reward for solving the puzzle.
Anybody?
The heck even is the perk? You still haven't explained that yet.
Who? Me?
I assure you, it's a very handy thing to have. See, this trader perk allows the owner to access the school security cameras using the tablet. That tablet, of course, being on Eva's person right now.
Damn it.
So I was right. You accessed the camera in the boiler room, which is how you saw Diana enter.
Oh, crud.
I thought it was weird Eva wouldn't show us the tablet, but I didn't think it was actually wired to the school cameras.
But then...
And the reason I saw the security camera light blinking back in the boiler room is because Eva was watching me?
What?
This is making too much sense.
Nonsense.
Eva, how could you negotiate with your kidnapper? Why would you have any reason to trust him? I had no choice. I either take his deal and give myself a chance to escape, or I die here with the rest of you.
You.
That selfish attitude is the reason why we ended up in this mess. Didn't we promise to make it out of here together? If you hadn't murdered one of the only people who could have handled this situation, we might have made progress on escaping.
Hang on.
Even if I didn't kill, someone else would have eventually. And if they were in my position right now, they wouldn't even admit to what they've done. They'd cry and snivel and try to guilt you. They wouldn't be honest like me. You weren't even honest, though.
Watch it.
Honest or not, playing Toza's game
For
was risky.
real.
You were trapped in a small space with witnesses everywhere. That's not a gamble you should have taken.
What a joke.
We had food, we had shelter. All we had left to do was wait for our eventual rescue from this place. I
Stop it!
I would have died first. It was obvious from what was happening with Wolfgang. His constant jeering at me over the few mistakes I'd made, while the rest of you followed his lead. If a class trial ever happened with him around, he would have accused me of being the killer even without evidence. And you all would have believed him.
Whoa!
It's not.
Shut up!
Because of Wolfgang, I was isolated from everyone else. He turned me into an easy target for murder. And if I was murdered, would the rest of you even bother to find out who killed me? There's no way you would. There's no way anyone would. You're all the worst. I hope you all rot here.
Bro?
That's cold, man.
You really let me down.
Even if we had some rough spots, some of us still tried to get along with you. During the gaming tournament, I was fine with you joining.
Ugh.
You think a few games were enough to forgive everything you did to me? None of you actually care about me. None of you. I've never been anything to anyone.
Huh?
What do you mean? It really is the same in here as it is out there. I'm always the one that people hated. I didn't choose this talent. I was just doing what others wanted me to do. I was the prodigy student the adults wanted me to be. I thought I did everything right. I still kept being judged. Everyone else around me resented me, hated me, because they wanted the love I received. Or what they thought was love. And despite all my hard work, the UTP turned me into something I never wanted to be. Even if I wanted to return to normality, it would be impossible. I'm stuck with this talent for life. And now when I try to become something more than a sad joke, I get hit with the realization that all my efforts were for nothing. I never could be anyone else. I'll never get what I deserve. But I cared.
I don't understand.
Eva, I cared about you. I don't get it.
Why?
Eva, why did you frame me? I cared for you and stood up for you whenever I could.
Don't say that!
I wanted to be your roommate. I wanted to help you.
I don't want to.
It didn't mean anything.
Uh...
Why? You still agreed with everything Wolfgang said. No matter what he did to me, you kept on supporting him. Damn! Is that why you tried to frame him before his murder? Yeah, no, this is intense.
For real. Shit is getting crazy.
No.
Diana sobbed and nearly fell onto her podium. Diana! Elise ran over to Diana and put an arm around her shoulder.
How can you believe that?
Why did you have to kill Wolfgang in front of her? That's so cruel. She obviously knew what she was doing. Both the cause and time of death were mentioned in the mock trial case. So it stands to reason they would be mentioned here too. When Eva realized that, she tried to leverage it against us. I'm sure receiving that little camera perk made it all too easy to time the murder.
Shut it!
Enough of this bullshit already. So Eva's a privileged little asshole who thinks her life sucks. Who cares?
Fuck you!
You took Wolfgang's life. The only thing you deserve is some fucking comeuppance.
Sheesh.
I doubt she's actually telling the truth. Murdering someone because they lied about their inoffensive talent? Even she must know how ridiculous that sounds.
How can that be?
If Eva didn't kill Wolfgang because she was scared, then why did she kill him?
Honestly?
Why else but to escape the killing game? I doubt any of us were ever a threat to her. In fact, it was probably the complete opposite.
Shocking.
She thought she was smarter and better than all of us. That's why she thought she could win the class trial.
My thoughts exactly.
Yes, I agree with Winona. In that case, do you reckon Eva killed Wolfgang because of his abilities as a lawyer? She herself admitted he would have suspected her if he was here. Clearly, Wolfgang was the best person to kill if she wanted to escape.
Nope.
And anyway, Eva isn't the only one who's vulnerable. There are people here with even weaker bodies and weaker minds. Anybody who is looking for an easy kill would know to target them first. Damn. It doesn't matter. Even if no one targeted me, I still would have died first. How so? Because of the perk. Tozu told me that if I didn't use the perk to murder someone as soon as possible, I was going to die.
What did you say?
What?
Nonsense!
Is this true, Tozu?
Who? Me?
Guilty as charged.
Dude,
Wait,
no!
so let me get this straight. Let me put this out there so that
You gotta fucking kill.
Yep, you gotta kill, or you're going to be killed. So what if you solve the puzzle by accident? What happens then? At that point, you're just fucked? That's crazy.
You just SOL at that point, man.
Those who never told me the number of days I had left, just that I needed to kill soon. I didn't kill soon, I died.
This isn't fair!
I had to do something. You can't blame me for that. If you were in my shoes, you would have all done the same.
Worthless.
It's your own fault. You were only in that situation because you took the perk.
No!
Tozu targeted me with the math puzzle. He offered me the perk when I was at my lowest point. If you guys were approached the way I was and offered a chance to go home, you would have taken the perk too.
Stop it!
You're just a bunch of hypocrites. You just want to make me look like the villain so you feel less bad about killing me. Killing her. That's right. How could I forget? The blackened is uncovered.
Dumbass!
Enough already. I'm sick of talking to this scumbag. Get on with the fucking execution, will ya? Alright. This soap opera is entertaining, but I realize it's time to change the channel. Huh? Wait, don't tell me you're actually going to... Uh-oh.
Holy!
Uh-oh. All of a sudden, the elevator behind us began to turn alive. The roar of machinery could be heard from the other side of the door. It's raw and loud and rhythmic, like the mechanics.
The show must go on.
Do not avert your eyes, ladies and gentlemen. I hear a lot of the budget went into this. That's crazy. That's actually insane that you would say that. Oh, what's going on?
I won't believe.
This isn't happening.
Blood is
To
rushing.
the victor go the spoils. Hail the honorable death, avenged at last. I don't deserve this. You hate me. I don't deserve this. May our charitable justice inspire fear and humility within these wretched souls.
Don't kill me!
This isn't fair. I don't deserve to die. I deserve to live. I deserve to live. And stir the hearts and minds of all those bearing witness. Ready, everyone? Let the show begin!
I want to live. I deserve to live. I'm going to live. I'm going to live!
Oh, this is gonna be painful. I can already feel it. Now we present. There's a sound. Oh, excuse me, you listen now. He's making a run for it! Enjoy the show. They brought back the tradition! Uh-oh. Fiery Prince of Affliction. Oh Lord, no. Bro, ain't no way. No. She's gonna land on one of those triangles. Oh my god! Damn, she must really want to live. I would just jump off the side. Oh! Wait a minute. What if the reason why she appeared at the end there was because Eva was the one who killed her?
I can't handle it!
My entire body had seized up. I couldn't move a single limb, couldn't say a single word. All I could do was stand and stare, my mind at a complete and total loss.
There's no way.
So that's what punishment entails? Let me go home. Please let me go home. Damn, even got Ingrid crying over there.
Isn't this lovely?
Goodness, talk about a heated moment. Eva put up quite a fight. For a second there, she almost had me believing we'd underestimated her.
Moving on.
Just kidding.
Oh, be damned.
How can you do this? Forcing these innocent people to kill each other.
Terrible.
So
Just
judgmental.
terrible.
Need I remind you that this is student on student warfare?
Get out.
Just shut up already. But why? You just needed a friend. I could have been the friend you needed. Why did you do this?
I can't believe it.
I think I'm gonna be sick. I don't even know what I'm feeling anymore. I don't wanna die. I don't wanna die.
Oh, shit!
I'm totally gonna die here, aren't I?
I can't be like this.
No one else is gonna die here. We're all gonna be okay. Come on, repeat after me. I'm here and I'm okay. I'm here and I'm okay. This is my reality. The fear of death had already been heavy on my shoulders ever since the killer game was announced. But now it had completely enveloped me. I can't do it. I can't lie to myself again. Again?
It's all my fault.
Not okay. I'm never going to be okay. I could have changed things. I could have saved her. And him, Wolfgang. If I just dragged him out of the water, I could have saved him. Why didn't I save him?
Whoa!
Diana, you had no way of knowing what was going to come next. He was wielding a knife too. Anyone would have done what you did. Did he really bring a knife for self-defense? Usually a comment like that would have gotten a rise out of Grace, but she stayed completely silent. I can't let it end. Wolfgang's kindness. I can't let anyone forget it.
It is how it
That
is.
goes without saying. I'm sure everyone will remember what Wolfgang did for us. I never thought of the lengths my talent can go. The ability to change others' appearances, to be the best version of themselves. It's always been someone else who sits in front of the mirror. I've never really put myself in that place. Diana, you okay? I can't save Wolfgang, at the very least. Maybe I can live for him.
Believe me.
You didn't do anything wrong, Diana.
Pardon me.
Yeah. I can do this. I can fulfill the life he wasn't able to live.
Like a chameleon, I will adapt. I'll follow in Wolfgang's footsteps and continue what he wasn't able to accomplish. I'll become something new.
Tears were running down Diana's face, but her expression, somehow she looked determined. I couldn't understand it. Despite everything she's been through, here she was making some silly vow about continuing Wolfgang's legacy, acting like she's a hero from a storybook. Has this girl lost her mind?
Hold on.
Wolfgang and Eva, neither of them deserved this. I won't let what happened to them happen to anyone else here.
We won't back down.
For both their sakes, I'll save everyone from the killing game.
You've got to be kidding me.
Take this seriously, will you?
What?
Can this get any worse?
Seems your peers aren't much in the mood for heroic monologues.
Moving on.
Anyhow, it's been a long day. The crime scene has already been cleaned up. Unless you have any further questions for me, we're all free to return to your dorms. So, any further questions?
Get lost.
Ingrates.
Now, where have I heard that one before? In all seriousness, I'll take that as a no.
Good evening.
Until next time, everyone. Just like last time, Tozu walked over to the throne.
Isn't this lovely?
By the way, you're safe to ride the elevator back up. We set it back to its default mode. What you glimpsed before was simply its punishment mode. On that Almazant's note, he was lowered underground. Hey guys, should we just go back to our rooms? Aye, it's about time we draw this day to a close. Good idea. People silently made their way to the elevator. Horror and despair etched on their faces. It's clear today's events would not be easily forgotten. Then there was me. Everything I had been ruminating over. The devastating images which had been plaguing my mind. Wolfgang's murder. The trial. Eva dying right in front of me, swallowed by a pit of fire. It had all retreated to the corners of my mind. The only thing I can focus on now were those 5 words. I'll follow in Wolfgang's footsteps. Hearing those words come from Diana after everything that's happened. Seeing her raise her chin and act so tall and proud, just like Wolfgang once did. Pissed me off. Oh, that man Damon is about to be revealed to be a fucking villain. And with that, we are finished with chapter 1. To be continued, maybe. Of course I'd like to save. Oh yeah! We did it! We did it! Oh my god! That was such a beautiful fucking story. They warned us, you know. They warned us that we weren't ready for what they were about to do with this. And damn it, they didn't lie. They were not lying at all. Because I damn sure wasn't expecting any of this. Fuck, man. I can't even begin to. It was so beautiful. And it made me feel many things that had me going, what the fuck? You know, and all that. I just feel like my world just was taken on a ride on a roller coaster that went up, down, left, right, in reverse, upside down, everything. I couldn't predict none of the stuff that was going to happen. And we're actually just like 50 seconds off of 15 hours. So I'm going to do my best to talk for as long as I can because holy shit, Eva being the blackened for this case, I never would have pictured that. Never in my life. As soon as they brought up Diana, I was like, oh yeah, she did it. I rest my case. She's the killer. And the crazy thing is that would have gotten everyone killed. But it's a good thing that Damon was doubting himself. Because holy fuck. I doubt anybody else would have been able to pick up on anything that Damon had picked up on. Because like, what the fuck? What the actual fuck? And with that being said, we have now officially reached 15 hours.
Damn, bro.
Yes, sir. 15 hours of straight streaming. Even though for like an hour and a half, there's like Marvel Rivals gameplay without the actual gameplay. But that's beside the point. There's audio, so it's all good.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Alrighty. So with that being said, thank you all for stopping by. Obviously, I had a wonderful time. I think Fox did too, and so did Libby.
Yes.
Man, this game is. I can't. I can't. I
It's
can't.
interesting. That's all I have to say. That's fucking interesting.
Yes, I will cover this when chapter 2 comes out. You already know I gotta be there. This is my shit right here. Or
When
that.
you do your stream on this shit, let me know so I can tune in. That's all I gotta say.
Hell yeah, bro. I got you. Don't you worry about a thing. You would be the first to know.
Hell yeah.
With that being said, thank you all for stopping by. 15 hours. We did it. I've been your host for this evening, Azrael Kuranushi, the greatest ringmaster ever graced the square screen, your king of clowns, your jester of justice, Mr. As Real as It Gets. And until we meet again, take care and goodbye. And I hope you all have a Merry, Merry Christmas. Or had a Merry, Merry Christmas. And a Happy New Year. Okay, let's do this.